designed by evolution to be that way.
Why?
Hak af. Keep up, Raj.
Why?
Keep up, Raj, Ziggy. Haven't you ever sat in those...
First I gotta get off video clip of what the lips look like. So when he comes back here, ask him to smile, okay?
I just say, hey, Ziggy, look here.
Okay. Smile. Smile.
Yeah.
Yeah. You look cold. Seamus.
Hello.
Hello. I'm calling him on the phone. Hello. Oh, look at you. Huh? I cut it, but it's just the flap catches on shit, so, you know. How come he gets to sit on the upper part and have a nap? That's my spot. You better make sure he doesn't get hit with any thorns. This one. The one's sleeping up there on the edge. If we hit a ditch or something, he might go flying off the out of the vehicle.
Let's go.
Okay. Now, carry on.
They were designed like that, especially if you go to a market and you see how they eat bananas. They don't open them like this. They just do this, and then they squeeze them into their mouth. And they don't throw the peel away. They just let the peel drop, and then the one banana goes into this cheek. Then they take the second banana and they just look at where the lips, and it goes into that cheek, and then they shout at their friend across the road, "Ah, you boy!" And you just see fucking banana pieces everywhere, and he chews and talks at the same
You can't keep a straight face, okay? I can't stop laughing. Okay. Now, what else can you tell us about that?
Wil jy bier koop? Ja?
Net mooi kyk, Gus lê agter op die bed.
Okay, ja. Ja, ek is rustig.
Gus, what's wrong with Gus?
Nice. Is it alright of is it net rustig? Okay.
You throwing up?
Yeah.
He's sleeping on the top?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. I hope we don't hit a ditch too fast. He's gonna go flying off the thing.
Yeah.
What else can you tell us about the black person?
Nah. No, it's your question and answer time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, a question off the record.
Okay.
What's the secret handshake?
No, it's not. It's on the record. It's all of it's on the record.
What is it,
Yeah,
though?
it's just if you press with that with your index finger when you go like this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah. You can, depending on what degree it's a little different. It's not. I think that's not.
Is it? If you
can
know
go-
that they are, or you're
I
just
know that-
trying to find out if they are? That's if you know that they
If you
are.
know that you are, that's what we say hello to each other. We
Really?
acknowledge each other, yeah. So it's not a big deal.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you
So
know
it's
that?
not like it's not like okay, there is okay, how can I say, every degree have a different side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So but that's all on internet. So the first degree is the cut, you know, because anybody that gives away the secrets, throat will be cut.
Oh.
You know? So and the second degree is the square, because in the second degree you do all the math and science.
Right. Okay.
And the third degree. It's the how can I say the murder of in the site of Hiram Abiff, you know,
Okay.
who is the architect of the temple, the first Jerusalem temple,
Right.
Solomon's temple. He was the architect of Hiram Abiff was the architect of the temple, and
Okay.
he was killed by contemporary other guys that worked for him because they were jealous of his skills of designing and created such a beautiful thing. But that's people think of Solomon and those guys in the early Bible as Jews.
Yeah.
They were not. They were early humans, and they were part of these Anunnaki cross things. Okay. So they've given it a good Hebrew flavor, but
It's funny because mainstream media
trying
will
to make it.
make the way that they say to tell a story. Well, the way that they tell the story is that the Anunnaki is an alien race that came down to Earth and impregnated women, human women.
That's right.
That's the crude way that they tell it. So to make it sound like
It's something else.
aliens came and had sex with human women, and that's how there's this like sub race. They don't talk about the history of the gods. They don't talk about like.
No, they don't want to, because the moment they do that, you know, if you take the story of the Anunnaki and you put it parallel to the Bible, it's the same story.
Right.
So
the Bible's basically a copy.
yeah, as a copy of the old
It's
Sumerian
just like
text.
an updated. It's
yeah.
an edited.
It's a
an edited
concise version, and edited.
Change the characters.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, why would they say? You know,
You
it's
know,
just
the
bullshit.
moment
that
they say alien,
yeah.
now and on TV they say ancient aliens. I mean,
Yeah.
there's that program that.
With the guy who sniffs glue,
Yeah.
the Greek guy with the frizzy hair. Yeah.
So the problem with those guys is that they don't present it
In a universal way, they present it like a guided way. Like they want you to think of it this way.
yes,
Yeah.
you are
Oh, why? Oh, do you have anything in your snack
Wat doen
box? What?
they want their bedroom.
Oh my God. You
Because
guys are
is
such
he
babies. Seamus, you're such a baby. You're like a high maintenance girl. He's like a little girlfriend who can't take care of himself herself. Not you, Ron, but Seamus is a piece of work.
Zingy,
Zingy's like, why are you leaving me out in the cold up here? No, I think maybe his lips are that way because he got in that fight also. Yeah.
no.
Because he has like a scar on. I didn't notice that before.
Yeah.
But they do have big lips.
Yeah.
I mean, let's
Yeah,
just be
yeah.
honest. They want their bedroll. Oh, that's just so cute.
Have you got your duvet, boy?
Do you guys want a little knitted blankie also? Do you need a blanket?
Alright, sit.
They want their bedroll. Whose fucking idea was that? Jeez. Fucking ridiculous. Do you guys need a pacifier too? Maybe a little rattle? How about a crib? I am, but do you need a, where's my pillow?
This is where we came out, eh?
Oh, I don't know. Depends what track you're following. We've been everywhere around here.
Altyd hierdie paai is dieselfde, né? Huh? Ja.
What? Which way are we going back? The fast way? They don't have a duvet for the back.
He's so bang, he's scared of a fucking phone, this guy.
Wah, wah, wah. Oh, I hear him laughing back there.
It's Rowan laughing at him.
Okay, where were we?
No, it's also a way to put it out there and immediately have it discarded. You know,
Right,
yeah,
right,
without
right.
anybody taking real notice of it, because they.
Ben takes real notice to all that stuff. He's deeply
Yeah.
interested
He
in
would
all of
read. He would
this.
love to read that book of. You must just go and get Stitchen's books and read it. He will enjoy it so much.
Whose books?
Stitchen, Zachariah Stitchen. He's a
Oh, okay.
Jewish guy that translated all those old.
Oh yeah, yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
he's unfortunately he died. You know,
Right.
He's dead now. you
Yeah.
know. Fuck. That's what I always say. You know. I
Now,
would have loved to meet the bastard.
I know, huh? Okay, now, so when the common fucking King James's Merry Court of Jesters or
Yeah.
whatever said, if anybody edits the Bible,
No.
you're gonna be doomed for life or whatever, doomed in the afterlife, as a means, I'm sure, to just like,
Okay, King James was not the first editing commission. The first editing commission was the Synod, I think the Synod of Nantes, and it sat in fucking, I think in early, I mean, in Constantine's time. So, and decided they had to vote if Jesus was a god or a human. Or the Holy Trinity, what they should do with the Holy Trinity. So if you read that, that's a total different study, you know.
yeah,
Then you realize that it was edited. I mean, what books are in the Bible? They left out the book of.
So what did they vote? What was the vote?
No, and all the popes sat there, and everybody had different views of and different things that they had. I like
Right.
the Book of Judas that's now been found. I mean, it's there, but nobody ever added it to the as one of the. Huh? Yeah, yeah, fuck. And all that, you know, and then why was James, the brother of Jesus, completely written out of
Of the New Testament.
of the New Testament?
Yeah.
And why was he was the leader of the church in Jerusalem. So that's quite a prominent oak to
Yeah.
kind of discard, you know.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of silly things that they did because they did it in a Roman Greek, out of a Roman Greek perspective, you know, type of thing that, listen, we're gonna now add what we want, and then from here on everybody, you know, keep quiet and keep your peace, you know. Say
Right.
what you want to say, but here on after there's not going to be any more. And what happened was King James told the Roman Catholics to fuck off. Because the Inquisition fucked with them too much. They kept on, you know, especially it was also a Masonic thing that caused that, because there's know that the Magna Carta in England was forced upon the king by the Masons.
Why?
Because they had to have a sense where the king and the people could have an agreement on how to coexist together and not
Okay.
fucking go crazy every 5 years. We have a shit king and then everybody dies of hunger. And
The
war.
same thing with the Jews and Moses, wasn't it? I mean, essentially.
It's very much similar, but Moses just gave them the rules
Right.
of how can I
The
say, of
commandments.
civilization.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit different. The Magna Carta is a Bill of Rights.
Oh, okay.
It's the earliest Bill of Rights, and it was also the two Templars stood over the king with their swords, and if he didn't fucking sign that, they were going to kill him.
So, does that have any direct relevance to why?
So that's why the King James Bible was rewritten again and written written so, and it was actually a Bible that was written for the people, because the other Bible was in Latin and fucking Greek, and it is just impossible for anybody else except the fucking dumb priests to read it. So he said, no, fuck this. And it was a good thing. I think he made the Bible so that everybody could read it.
Right. So the Bible isn't totally the most relevant thing to us today, is it? I mean, I guess if you believe in religion and then you have to believe in Jesus, but it's not really, like, in the bigger picture sense, it's not
it's
that.
actually quite a good reference, because in a way the Old Testament had been very difficult to add to or take away.
Right.
Yeah. What they did do was they made they could change the, what's a nuance, the key notes of every sentence, because when you translate it you can
Right.
fuck around it.
It's a colloquial radio. Doesn't translate exactly over from word to word, from language to
I mean,
language.
that's especially from Hebrew and Greek.
Yeah.
Greek much easier, but Hebrew much more difficult. So I think it was a dilemma. You know, somebody had to put a handbook down and say, listen, this is more or less what the deal was. I mean, it's not precise.
Right.
You'd be a dumb fool to say that it was precise, but it was maybe an honest effort to keep out things that were perceived in those days as wrong.
Right.
So you have to look at it also from a standpoint of, you know, they will not put stuff in there that was difficult for them to explain to people.
Right. Right.
That
Right.
they had to edit out. So they did edit out a lot, and so the book is, so now the book is made for everybody. It does not offend anybody, and it's quite a good book
Right.
and a good read.
And that's why it's written from so many different perspectives, like
Exactly.
taxpayer and a fucking
Yeah.
goat herder and a this, that.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Yeah, everybody needs to find some, and it's well done, you know.
And it's kind of like a horoscope where, like, you could open it up to any verse, and that verse can be relevant to anybody, anywhere, really, at any time. You can take what you want or need from it.
Okay, but that's what's happened with modern religion is that I've got a friend that just opens the Bible and whatever. It's like how he gets his messages from God. You
Yeah,
understand
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah,
it
yeah.
adds a little bit of a chance to it, you know. So,
Yeah.
so there can be some divine intervention there, and then sees the verse.
Well, that's what I mean. Is it's applicable to anybody if they want it, it to be.
Exactly. So, and it's like your horoscope. If you can read it, you can see stuff there that's relevant to you now.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think it just depends. I mean, a lot of the rabbis also try and get messages out of relevant now messages out of the Bible. You know, so you have to always. That's an old system, and then the guys with the numbers, you know, they also try and get a message, different message, something out of this.
It's a healthy cow right there.
Yeah, so that's good.
Oh, a little skinny, but these are fat, happy cows. Why are they so fat and happy?
Nobody knows.
Because they're here.
Okay, so that's the roughly the story. So King James made the Bible. That's why it's so famous, the King James Bible. It's the Bible for the people. Before that Bibles were only in the church and for the priests.
Okay.
So that gives you a very it's not he that corrupted the Bible. He translated it into English and gave it to in layman's terms and
Right.
did the whole deal. But I would say what he did was a great thing, you know. It was it gave everybody a chance to get to know the story of Jesus Christ. Christ, and it's a Christian thing. You understand what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
Because it was a way for them to mobilize the masses
Yeah.
into the faith, because the bloody priests were too lazy, I think. We're not doing their job, they were just getting money. There was a business. The Roman Catholic Church to this day is probably one of the richest entities in the world.
Yeah.
It owns more land than anybody else. It's its own country.
Sovereign.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. What's my other question? About shit. Okay, so.
But to bring it back to the alien story, the moment you say alien, why have they now started to almost put aliens on the map but not on the map?
Yeah.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
If you give the people enough of it, they get tired, they get bored by it. There's no more hype in it, and then they forget about it because they need to get the people to get this off their minds.
Well, plus, I mean,
It's part of your conspiracy theory thing, but
yeah.
they say it enough, you'll forget it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't matter really, does it?
But it kind of seems like even if we did get this ancient knowledge that was passed down, that it was meant to be passed down to certain dominions or certain people in certain dominions and not others, then wouldn't it just play out that way? You know, some would have it and some wouldn't. Okay, I think a better question is,
It would interest some more than others.
right,
Yeah.
so fate and free will. Can we address that? So it's
Yeah.
kind of like, is there a predestined plan for every human, from every dominion, from every god, from every kingdom or kingdom's area who was from a god? Or how much of it is like, are we in control of every day? None.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think a lot of it's chance,
Yeah.
left to chance. Okay. But I also do think that, and I'm not saying that I'm exactly right, wrong, whatever the deal may be, but I do feel that a lot more than we will
Admit.
give. Okay, let me answer it in a different way. There is fate. The gods believe that fate was governed by that you should not interfere with fate.
Right.
When they created the humans and they saw what they did, and this whole experiment went haywire on Earth, they talked to each other and they said that they have interfered with Maat. Maat is the destiny of the Earth.
Right.
So they have changed the destiny of Earth in a way that it will never be the same again.
Right.
So it's on a different timeline than it ever was. And it's documented that they said that, and they were worried about it. At one time, they even contemplating of destroying the whole experiment.
Huh.
Now, before the flood, they were to make a positive decision and say, listen, guys, we have to kill all these bastards that we created, And then there's other things that are also quite interesting because of their genetic interference with a lot of things. If you go, why is everything that we have today that is domesticated also comes from that same time period?
Yeah.
Nothing else has been domesticated in the last 6,000
Right.
years. And we can't, with all our knowledge, we cannot even domesticate, take a jackal and turn it into a dog.
So it's like we can't even think for ourselves the way
Yeah,
we want our dogs to be able to do, say.
yeah. So, we've just discarded the biggest evidence of interference right there. No, fucking dog is just a wolf that lives in a cave. with humans and became a dog. Bullshit. That is utter fucking bullshit. It was genetically engineered, and I think they did bring some genetics with them when they came. So that was infused and spliced with similar type wild animals to create these domesticated.
Right, right.
Because the gods gave us grain, and the gods gave us sheep, and the gods gave us goats, and the gods gave us cows. So yeah.